Hey dudes, what's up? This is Dwight Renfield 86, and this is the video I was hyping up in the last couple of videos, talking about my top 50 underrated flicks. And these are all, in my opinion, could be very subjective. And there was one movie that I forgot to put in the list, and something else replaced it. And I didn't want to go through the pile and see which was going to get put back, so I could put this one in. So anyway, Snow Beast should have gone in here, so I forgot about that. But I found 50 other titles that suited it fine. So I mentioned that in the last video, but definitely check out Snow Beast. But getting to this stack of flicks, some of these movies are random single titles that I only hear so many people talk about. Some of them I don't hear brought up at all. And some of these are sequels that people crap on, say they're not as good as the first. And some of these are just movies that, I don't hear talked about a lot. Maybe I said that. Anyway, very subjective list, but I'm going to try and get through all 50 of these titles in the 10 minutes I have, filming on a cell phone because I'm cheap. Spend all my money on movies. First up, we got Anatomy. This is a great fucking flick. This is one of the ones that takes place in inside a medical school, where there's studying doctors and people are getting kidnapped and operated on while they're still alive because the dude's trying to do some kind of experiment, like a breakthrough in medical science. And pretty good flick. Next one, Driller Killer, Abel Ferrara's first flick. Awesome stuff. Pretty slow movie, boring movie through the first half, and it's just one of those movies you kind of hate every character in this movie, or at least I did. But it picks up and it has its moments, and the ending's pretty fucking awesome too. So I'm not going to say a lot about the rest of these. Like I said, time is of the essence. Just wanted to shout out to that one. Prom Night 2, awesome sequel. I like this one better than the first. Okay. Life Force, Tobe Hooper, great stuff. Pumpkinhead 2, the first awesome sequel on the list. We'll say this, a lot of parts of this movie suck. The ending's pretty lame, and the backstory's pretty lame. But the kills, my God, the kills are a lot more brutal than the first one. But, not the best sequel, but it stands up. I like it. The Beyond, Lucio Fulci, Grindhouse Edition. Very good stuff. If you haven't seen that, definitely get around to seeing that. Next, we got Campfire Tales. I really like this. Good anthology flick. Not the most popular anthology flick, but a damn good one. There's much worse anthology flicks out there, believe me. Alright, another sequel, random sequel. That's Critters 4. And I really like this. I've heard people say bad things about this, but I dig it. It's got Brad Dourif in it, so that's good enough for me. A little 90s goodness. Brain Scan. Dig it. My name is Trickster. Ernest Scared Stupid. Yeah, you got a problem with it, you can get fucked. This is an awesome Halloween flick. Alright, getting down to another sequel. That's Slumber Party Massacre 2. That's the second one. I love the first one, but man, the second one is so bizarre. It's such an awesome sequel. And the third one's okay, but not worthy of being on this list because the third one's pretty crappy. But the second one is phenomenal. So check out Slumber Party Massacre 2. I don't hear this movie reviewed a whole lot. Stephen King's Riding the Bullet. This is one of my favorite Mick Garris flicks. This is definitely my top 5 Mick Garris Stephen King adaptations. Watch that flick. One of my very favorites, Black Roses. Can never say enough good stuff about this now. Good stuff. Awesome shit, man. Jacob's Ladder. Phenomenal flick. Hell Comes to Frogtown. I just watched this. I love it. Rowdy Roddy Piper's great in this. Fighting off a bunch of fucking awesome frogs, and it's good stuff. Here's another sequel that I don't believe gets enough praise. It's Child's Play 3. I love this. I almost like it better than the first Child's Play. It's right there by and by. I talk about this one all the time. The Night Flyer. It's great stuff. Awesome vampire movie. Got some Peter Fonda goodness. Race with the Devil. I believe this was in the last video. If you haven't seen that, do yourself a favor. Get around to it. This one could be considered not so hard, but it's Don Coscarelli, and it's a cult flick, definitely. It's got Mark Rolston, Lance Henriksen in it. Survival Quest. Just a really fun 80s flick, and I don't hear it getting talked about a whole lot. Bubba Hotep. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings on this movie. A lot of people say it's silly, but I love anything involving Elvis, so, you know, and especially Don Coscarelli's take on it. I mean, it's just, I love it. Yes, Rumpelstiltskin. This is a very rare Republic Pictures artisan release. This movie's pretty silly, but once again, this is one of the ones that has its moments. Watch it. The Stand. Long flick, very enjoyable. Bad Moon, a surprisingly good werewolf flick. I mean, I dig it, you know. Another sequel, Return of the Living Dead Part 2. The rest of them, after the second one, I didn't like any of the other ones besides the first and the second one. But this one's fun. I mean, it's a good time. Favorite David Cronenberg, Videodrome. I mean, check that out. I'm sure you've probably seen it. Maybe not. My absolute favorite Tobe Hooper, The Funhouse. Oh yeah. Halloween 3. Dig that. Full Moon flick, Arcade. You know, this movie's not that great, but it has an awesome, like, surprise, like, side story in it that as I remember, I think it's about something involving the girl's mom killing herself, like in the game, but it happened in real life, or it was like a flashback in the game to where she sees her mom kill herself again. It's a pretty brutal suicide scene. Check it out. Haven't watched Schizoid yet, but X-Ray is a fucking awesome hospital, crazy surgeon type of flick. If you haven't seen that one, get it. Shout Factory just put it out. Leprechaun, the first one. You know, this is just a great movie, and it looks even better on Blu-ray. And you know, a lot of people think it's silly, but you know, I grew up with that movie. Trick or Treat. This is an awesome addition to this. Not not Trick or Treat from the modern days. This is the original Trick or Treat from the 80s. Sammy Kerr Lives. Another sequel, Fright Night 2. I love this flick, man. I love it just as much as the first one. Great stuff. Curtains. Some very memorable scenes in this one. Canadian flick. The Company of Wolves. Very good movie. Return to Horror High. Love that. I mean, Dead End Drive-In. This isn't so much a horror movie. It's more like a cult. Just in one of them flicks where everybody's in a bad situation. But the thing that pisses me off the most about this is that this scary-looking weird vampire dude was not in it. I thought that was a surprise. Okay, maybe not so much horror, but Easy Rider. I mean, you know, you got Jack Nicholson getting beat to death with a baseball bat. You got these dudes getting shot by some rednecks on the side of the road. Some brutal kills in Easy Rider. Alone in the Dark. I'm always talking good things about this one. Here's a 4-pack. This is Silent Night, Deadly Night 3. A surprisingly decent sequel. A lot better than the first one. Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Gonna go really fast now, guys. Dead and Buried. John Bud Cardos, Mutant. The Philadelphia Experiment. More sci-fi than horror. Good movie. Friday the 13th, Part 5. Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Dario Argento's Inferno. Okay, that was number 5. We're on the top 4, alright? The Midnight Hour. Freddy's Dead. I love this movie. I don't see why so many people hate on this. This is an awesome this is an awesome sequel in the Friday. I mean, goddamn, what the fuck am I saying? This is an awesome Freddy movie. Jesus Christ. Alright, number 2, Phantasm 4, Oblivion. Don't believe the bad hype. This movie is badass. And the number 1 most crapped on movie, I have not heard a good review on it yet. Yes, you guessed it, Hellgate. And this is a limited 1,000 copy release from Arrow Blu-ray, but you can also get it on a 2-pack from Anchor Bay. It's got Ron Palillo in it. He played Horseshack on Welcome Back, Kotter. This movie is great. I'm not going to give away no spoilers, but some great effects, really fun story, and some 50s type of reminiscent all shoved in with it. It's kind of some dark comedy, but it's very much awesome horror too. So check it out. I gotta go. Those are the top 50. Catch you guys next time.